So it's been several months now since the old gang got back together, and IROSHAN is stronger than ever, with a presence that now reaches far beyond the streets of their hometown of Evansville, Indiana. IROSHAN now has subsidiaries in St. Louis, Chicago, and the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, with other satellites in the works. IROSHAN Academy is going strong, and the main team has several adventures together in recent months, including an exorcism, an attempted coup on Limbo, and confronting a mutant cult near Chichen Itza. Never a dull moment in the supernatural investigation profession. Things have slowed down a bit, enough to where you all have been able to focus a little more on your personal endeavors outside of the team. Now, Dana and Mike are in the St. Louis area, Christy in Chicago, and Andy is back at home in Evansville. After a late night, for whatever reason, on Friday, you all turned in with the hope of sleeping in a bit on Saturday. When you wake, however, something feels a bit off.
Are we at our homes, our respective homes?
I would say so. I don't think that you're in limbo tonight. You're kind of taking a little bit of a breather and kind of catching up on some things on the Earth plane.
And we're not in the same area. We're all at our different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What time is it?
You look over at the clock, and Christy, you kind of woke up a little bit earlier than you'd actually planned, so it's about 8:15 in the morning.
8:15. Is it a weekday or weekend?
Weekend, Saturday morning.
Okay. So what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, what type of feeling is off? Like, are we antsy, trying to get out of our own skin? Does it feel like death is looking over our shoulder? I mean, is it cold chill? What do we mean by off?
It's just you've got windows in your bedroom, and normally when you get up, and especially on a day when you maybe have slept in a little bit late, there's sunlight peeking through the windows. But it's just unnaturally dark for the time of morning that it happens to be.
Oh, okay. All right. Dan, did you have something?
Can I use my clairvoyance or something to see if I sense anything specific?
Sure, yeah.
If I can remember how to do this on the frickin'. You're gonna have to remind me how to roll on this.
Yep. Now, clairvoyance.
Or is that not going to work on that?
No, it'll work, but you just have to have a particular target that you're wanting to hone in on. And it can be anything, anywhere, just something that you know of, or a person that you know, or something
Can
like that.
Can I try to sense whether or not the team, like, can I just reach out to the rest of the team to put feelers out?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Like
Now you can't communicate through that, but
right.
But yeah, you can kind of see what's going on where they are.
And you're gonna have to remind me how to roll on Foundry on here, and I apologize.
The macros are at the very bottom. You've got your feeble through unearthly in the squares down there at the bottom. Do you see those?
Yep.
Okay. And then whatever your clairvoyance is.
Monstrous.
Yep, will be on the monstrous column.
Right. Sorry, I'm scrolling very slowly.
Oh dear. Yeah.
On monstrous?
You got a 5 on monstrous.
Okay. That's shitty. Your night. I need coffee to wake up.
You probably had maybe a couple drinks too many last night, and your clairvoyance just isn't wanting to kind of kick in this morning.
I think Christy and I stayed up on the phone till 4 or something.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Do we have access to our computer system?
Yes, Quincy is at the ready.
Mm-hmm. Um, I asked Quincy if there are any, sort of atmospheric abnormalities or anything unusual happening that they can detect.
Yes, Michael.
Move
There
platform.
seems to be an atmospheric disturbance that has blocked out the sun. Local news, national news, international news has been touting about this since what would have been daybreak in this area for certain, and it has begun on the East Coast at approximately 6:45 this morning. The sun was out, and then it wasn't, and the earth itself was cloaked in darkness.
Like, I can't really ask questions, follow-up questions, because I didn't hear that.
True,
So-
right? Yeah.
Come on, Mike. Come on.
What would Andy say? WWAD.
Oh, we're in trouble there.
Right. So it's Quincy. It's not a weather phenomenon. It's something else, right?
That is correct. Scientists are currently working to discover the cause of this particular disturbance, but there does not seem to be anything within the atmosphere itself that is causing this darkness.
Okay. We should probably gather together. Quincy, will you alert the other team members that we should assemble?
I'll send out an alert.
Thanks.
All right, so at about this moment, as everybody is kind of trying to figure out what's going on, you all do receive an alert from the AI at the St. Louis office, Quincy, and basically just is calling everyone to try to come together at the St. Louis office.
I forgot to plug in my phone to recharge the battery overnight, so I But I have got a poem that I was just jotting down in the dream journal.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, what is this feeling of foggy unease? Is dark magic to blame? Cosmic causes? Tell me, please.
Okay.
What would I?
You have cosmic awareness, and
More,
what level?
much more than Cygos does.
Much more than Kurt.
Yeah. Kurtz is kind of weak.
What level is your cosmic awareness at?
I'm trying to remember.
I think it should be on that sheet.
I don't know why I'm not. Yep.
Yep, it's unearthly.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you got a yellow. Okay, and I think the poem probably could bump you up a level, but that's certainly good enough to get you the answers that you need. You see at the moment of when the darkness appeared, it was like somebody just turned the lights off. And the sun was in the sky, and then it wasn't. It was just dark. Now, to your perception, the sun disappeared, but your cosmic awareness lets you know that the sun is still there. It's just it cannot be seen from the Earth plane.
Mhm.
You feel a powerful female presence. And you see the flash of a smile and the colors red and green. And the green seems to almost be flowing like long hair in the wind.
Mhm. Okay. Damn, I need to tell the rest of the teams. Plug my phone in. Alert, 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 alert.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Well, I'm going to go ahead and head towards HQ.
Okay, and as you go out into the darkness, it is not like nighttime out there. It is just dark. Now, the lights, street lights, all of that sort of stuff, they all work, but there's this just kind of weird, almost kind of greenish kind of hue to everything that is lit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make my way downtown and kind of but be on guard just because things are weird.
Mm-hmm. And you see as you're heading down there, driving, I assume, that there are plenty of people like parked off on the side of the road. People have gotten out of their cars here and there and are just kind of looking up at the sky. You see maybe 2 fires along the way with fire trucks, but there's a couple of buildings that are burning. People are out on the streets, and I wouldn't say that it's mass chaos, but it's a lot of mass concern for sure. And anytime there's like a big blackout or something like that, especially, in certain areas of St. Louis, you can probably expect that there's going to be some looting and some riots and stuff like that. And you're starting to see the beginnings of stuff like that perhaps beginning to happen.
Okay. I'll kind of make note of that, but keep heading where I'm headed.
Okay.
And I've teleported there already, so I probably beat him there.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not a contest.
Yeah. It's faster. That's all. So as soon as I got the alert, I just teleported over there. So
yeah. I'm stuck in traffic on 64.
It's probably at 8 o'clock. Well, it's a Saturday.
Yeah, maybe not.
And I would imagine, even though we have Dana that can teleport everybody fairly quickly, I would say at the IROSHAN headquarters in Evansville and probably up at the IROSHAN Academy in Chicago, there would be teleportation chambers that can link each of the subsidiaries. So those of you that are in the other cities should be able to get to your IROSHAN HQ in your hometown and be able to get to St. Louis fairly quickly.
I have teleportability.
Yeah, but you don't have that range, I don't think, do you?
I don't know. I was just going to hop in the car and coast it out and travel 130 down the highway.
Oh yeah, you could ghost it out. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay.
At the city bus.
Just commandeered one. Because last time we had a trouble getting to where we needed to go. Yeah. Just get a bus.
All right. So you guys make your way to the St. Louis HQ. And some of you get there a little bit earlier and kind of are talking a little bit and trying to figure things out. And then once the whole group gathers, then you can kind of discuss things a little bit further. So the four of you at this point have arrived. Kurt, has let you know that things are the same down in Chalul, and he's trying to deal with some things down there, but to keep him abreast of what's going on, and he'll do the same if anything pops up in his neighborhood. But he's not going to make it up to St. Louis right now because he's got too much to deal with down there, and since that is about the only supernatural investigative presence down there, he's kind of got his hands full. Now, it's just the four of you. Dreamslayer hasn't arrived.
Like, we haven't talked to him, or he hasn't arrived?
He's not there. And you haven't talked to him yet either.
Okay.
No.
You guys noticed that we've not heard from Dreamslayer yet?
Yeah. Quincy, what's Dreamslayer's status?
I have record of him at his home, and for those of you that don't know, in this particular reality, I've created a kind of a apartment area up above the Victory Theater in Evansville, and that's in my off hours. I just run the Victory and do performances and stuff down there. So. But so my apartment's up above there. But Quincy says yes, that I do detect his presence. He is there in his apartment.
He's not answering the phone. Wake up! I can go check on him.
Quincy was running the bit.
Like every interaction starts with that. Are you gonna go check?
Yeah,
Dana?
I can go zap over there and check.
I was gonna say, I just got here.
Like, you just got there. Go back.
He was supposed to ride with you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Okay. So you just teleport to my apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you've been there before, and you arrive kind of basically just right in the living room area, and you see me, Chris, just kind of pacing the floor, just in my civilian clothes, pajama pants, and a superhero T-shirt. And as soon as you appear, I spin around and look at you, and you're dressed in full shard gear, right? Mm-hmm. And I reach over to a nearby countertop and grab the nearest katana off of the shelf, and I hold it out in front of me.
Oh my god!
And who are you? Who are you? Get back! Get back!
Chris?
What? Yes.
It's Dana.
Dana.
Shard. Dana. I'm Dana. We're friends. What's going on?
Dana Harmon?
Yes. Chris, what's the matter?
Why are you dressed like that? And how did you get in here?
What is going on? Are you okay? We've been calling you.
Is that what those texts have been?
Yeah, you're supposed to be in St. Louis with us. What's going on?
Well, what the fuck is IROSHAN?
Oh, fuck.
We got a Weekend at Bernie's scenario here going on.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead yet.
He might as well be.
Chris, I'm not going to hurt you. This is my work clothes. Watch, and I'm going to like illusion myself into regular clothes, jeans and t-shirt.
Jesus Christ. That's freaky.
It's fine.
When
Fine.
did you get
Look,
when did you get superpowers?
when
Did you get superpowers?
I can't remember.
When
What was it, 80,
when we were in
80
high school,
something,
yeah.
80, I don't know, I remember, 89.
Like 87,
Too long ago.
88, somewhere
A
around
really
there.
long time ago. But you know who I am, and you trust me, right?
Yeah, but can you tell me what the fuck is going on?
I That's what we're trying to figure out.
I
What
mean,
happened?
whose house is this?
This is your apartment.
No, I don't have an apartment. I live in McCutcheonville. It looks like I'm downtown.
You are. This is where you live. You've lived here for a few years now.
Mm,
What,
no,
what's
I mean,
what's the last thing you remember?
well, I remember being at home and going to bed, and then I woke up here in this strange place.
Can we hear this conversation? Does she have her comm live so we can hear?
Nope.
Oh, damn it.
Split up the team. It's my favorite thing to do. Chris, you're gonna be okay. All of this is obviously new to you. It's gonna be okay, but will you come with me? And all our friends are back in St. Louis. Mike and Christy and Andy and
Wait, Andy? Andy who? Beatles?
Beatles. Beatles is there. We can all explain things to you. Let's figure out what's going on, but you gotta come with.
No, wait. This is fucked up. Beatles is dead.
No? He's alive and well. I just saw him minutes ago.
Dana, he got snapped.
Oh. A lot of people did,
No,
but a lot of
no. You know nothing.
I don't know
about
that.
You know nothing
I don't know
about
that.
that.
Oh, you're not talking about okay. Scratch it.
I am talking about Thanos and the snap and all of that.
I
but
don't
that's
know
a
anything about it.
That's
Okay.
a completely different place.
Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's
It's
on
okay.
that's on a single string in string theory that we're not part of.
Right.
Okay. Come with me back to headquarters and we can sort this out. I don't think you're safe here. And open a portal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Come on, you love this stuff. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but okay. Would I just step through?
Come with me and I take his hand.
Okay.
Take him through.
All right. So I get through to the other side and immediately throw up.
No, first you say, I feel tingly, and then you throw up.
And then once I get my head out of the trash can, I look up, and I guess you pulled me back to the room where everybody was.
Yes.
Okay. I look around the room, and I look at Christy and Mike, and I see Andy. And I'm like, Andy?
Yeah.
And then I just run up to you and give you the biggest hug I've ever given you.
Dana? Dana? Did
Guys,
you bring
something-
back the right guy?
Something's happened to him. He doesn't remember anything after, I don't know what year. Pick a year. He doesn't remember IROSHAN. He doesn't remember that he lives over the Victory. He thinks you're dead, Andy.
No, I'm pretty much alive. A little different.
Still hugging him.
Yeah. I'm just like, Chris, man, what's going on?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, dude. It's not right.
Well, what?
I mean,
What?
I'm glad you're here, but what? How did you come back?
I've never left. I've been here for ever. What? Um, what? Let's start simple. How's Kelly?
She's gone too, Andy.
What do you mean she's gone?
In in the blip, in the snap, this thing that the Avengers were trying to fight, this Thanos thing.
What? The Thanos thing. I mean, I don't have any idea what you're talking about here. We just saw Kelly a couple months ago. We had dinner together.
A couple of months ago, yeah, but it happened like 2 months ago. The snap. You don't know.
No, I mean,
Tell me you know what I'm talking about. It happened to half of the population of Earth.
nothing happened to the population of Earth. We're still growing. We're still as ornery as ever. People still doing dumb stuff every day. I mean, there's nothing here that's really changed.
But it all changed. Andy, like half of the people that we know are gone.
No, everybody's here. Here, come over to the monitor. And well, I can't. I don't really want to show him outside because it's like all black and stuff. That would be a bad thing. Here, I tell you what. Give us the name of somebody that you know that we could maybe look up and see.
Uh, um, all right, Andy Lindauer.
All right, so we type in Andy's name, and on the screen pops a bio, Andy, blah blah blah, date of birth. There is no date of death.
OnlyFans page.
Something about socks.
For $5 a month, that's a deal.
Yeah, but yeah, it'd be more feet related, I would think. Anyway. So, I mean, according to our records, he's still alive, kicking. I mean,
All right, and I go through a list of a couple of other names, names that are familiar to all of us, people that we went to high school with. And you pull up Facebook pages and news articles and stuff like that. And I mean, you just see it like my eyes begin to well up because this just does not seem right to me at all. That something terrible has happened. It seems like something terrible has happened to me.
So Chris, what? Well, here, I tell you what? Why don't you take Dreamweaver's form and see if you can look at our dream? I'll try to go to sleep and try to enter my dream, and we'll look at what has happened.
What are you talking about?
You're person. You're Dreamweaver. You're able to go into people's dreams, and manipulate, and you phase through things. And
you're talking about the character that we created when I was in high school.
Well, yes, but the character is you. You are that character.
Okay, well, Dana's already proven that she's got the superpowers, so I guess that's not necessarily that weird, but Andy, I don't have superpowers.
What? Yep. A couple weeks ago you did. We were on an adventure together, Yucatan, helped Professor X get the mutants back to where they need to go. The place I can't go and Mike can go.
No, wait,
you can't go, but
who's Professor X?
Charles Xavier, X-Men.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Is it
Wolverine.
It doesn't ring a bell. I mean, it's a
Short,
some
squatty
sort of-
guy with a beard, long claws, stinky.
No, I got nothing.
Alrighty. Tell you what, let the four of us talk. And here, why don't you sit down? You want something to eat? I can get you something to eat, some drink, maybe calm your nerves a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. So here, take you over to the table, set you down, pour you a drink or two. Say, I'll be right back, dude. I'll be right back. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to go over here and talk to Mike and Dana and Christy, and we'll go from there.
All right. Andy?
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. Right back at you. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back, I promise.
All right.
And I walk over and I go, nobody can teleport me or send me anywhere. So, all right, guys, I'm thinking this is not the Chris that we know.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I mean,
he's got like some kind of weird amnesia or something, or this is some other version of Chris.
Yeah, where did you pull him from, Dana?
What?
Where did you pull him from?
From his apartment over the
Did you go
Victory.
to the right
Hill.
what? His apartment
As
over
far
the-
as I know, it looks
That's
the same.
What? That's not where he lives.
Yes, it is. Andy.
Stop.
No.
Gaslighter.
I was trying.
Actually,
I was trying to, throw us all off track. But
it's the Dreamweaver lair.
that's the Dreamweaver.
Andy, for the record, for, I don't know, 25, 30 years, it's been Dreamslayer. That's the name of the studios that we're actually broadcasting this on is Dreamslayer Studios.
Yes, I remember now. I remember. Yes, I was just trying to get that dialogue straight in my head, and yeah. Well, I mean, I keep looking down at Christy, and she's still Gemma tonight. I'm thinking, wait, what do I call her?
Thank you for the easy listening earworm, though.
Ooh, dream.
Yeah, can you make the intro music for the YouTube version of this Dreamweaver?
I've always thought, it's pretty close. I don't think I've really ever said Dreamslayer out loud, actually. It's always been, hey, Chris.
Andy, literally, you said it like 5 minutes before. So.
Oh, I did. Oh. All right.
All good.
I'd like to see the playback on that, please.
It was
Okay.
the hug that threw you off. That's what it was.
Yeah. On the YouTube version, there needs to be a time lapse. I need to say real slowly, like Dreamslayer, and then you can go back to the normal.
You just
time.
dub it in every other time.
Dreamslayer.
Dreamslayer.
in a completely different voice. Yeah.
Dreamslayer.
Dreamslayer.
Have Solomon do it. So,
Good.
and this entertainment's been brought to you tonight by Beeswax Coffee. All right.
I have a question real quick. Can Quincy
It's Dreamslayer.
Slayer, can Quincy, like if I tell him to maybe check your vitals and things like that, can he do that without you knowing, or do you have to go to like the med bay or whatever?
No, he can probably do a
You
scan.
can kind of scan it and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay. So while we're chit-chatting on the other side of the room, I'm gonna say, Quincy, can you check his vitals and just do a general scan of Chris over there? See what we can find.
I'm on it.
Down to the the molecular level.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Might feel that.
You might feel that.
understood.
Tickles.
Okay.
And it takes just a couple of seconds, actually, and Quincy comes back and says, according to my scans, this is the Chris Tyner that you know, down to the molecular level.
This can't be the Chris Tyner we know. It's not the same Chris Tyner.
Something's happened that put him back to a couple months ago or something, to some event.
maybe he got flip-flopped with another universe's Chris.
Maybe.
But I would think if it's another universe, there would be different molecular compounds
We don't know that, though.
embedded in him.
Alternate realities, parallel universes, we really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because there would be something that had to have changed, and it would have changed over time that, maybe that's just science that we don't understand yet. So, I don't know. All right.
Yeah,
Now, very, very quickly out of game, the game world that we are playing in is the comic book universe, the 616. And within the adventures that we have had over the years, we certainly have become aware of other planes of reality. So we do know that the multiverse exists in this world, or well, outside of this world, but we're at least aware of that and have had run-ins with alternate reality versions of different individuals over the years. So that deduction could certainly be very valid in this case.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking that we have a Chris, but it's not our Chris. It's a Chris from another reality, like Dana said. And there's only one guy we can call about this.
My boss.
Yes. We need to run it up the ladder to management.
What, you don't think we can handle this?
I think we can, but I think we can get there a lot quicker, maybe with a little of his guidance.
I don't know. I think he's kind of cocky. I don't really like him so much.
I'm not necessarily a big fan of his, given that, I'm friends with Tony, but I think we could gain some insight faster than us trying to figure out what's going on. But we got to take Chris with us, and that's going to freak him out.
Yeah, I don't think he travels well.
Yeah, he might throw up again. Yeah.
Christy, could you whip something up to put him to sleep?
Glass of milk.
I wasn't thinking that.
Some warm milk and a Tylenol PM.
Let's see.
Wait like 3 hours, we'll kick it.
I can try to hit him with a club, but that will probably end up killing him. Mike can hit him, and that would probably end up killing him.
Oh my gosh.
What if she puts him to sleep? We knock him out with the Tylenol and the milk and maybe some sleepy time tea to top it off. And Poet, is it possible for you to go into his dream? It's all on you.
I can try.
Is that something you can do? I know you can do it, but can you do it?
Is that really Poet, though? I mean, I know what her name now says, but...
It's Poet, Andy.
You address me as Highwayman.
What do you think? You want to give it a try?
I can certainly give it a try.
I don't
if something goes wrong, I don't know how to get out of that, but it's either that or call up Doctor Strange.
Well, we can do both.
But I think we need to go talk to Doctor Strange and bring him along. I just don't think we need him conscious. Why we bring him along?
What do you think, Mike?
I think Chris can handle it. I mean, it'll make him woozy, but I don't think it'll freak him out much.
willing to take that chance.
Yeah, well, you know, he's still a grown man version of Chris. We could talk to him about it. You know, he just might not be used to all this stuff.
Yeah, but you know,
So-
he gets kind of wiry and
Yeah.
whenever he gets excited. So
So I go over to new universe Chris. It's like, here's the deal. We need to, you know, something weird is obviously happening, and we need to go talk to somebody. Do you mind, you know, kind of zip zap teleporting with us? Again, are you okay with that? Or well, it's perfectly safe. You know, it's just going to feel weird because you're not used to it.
Yeah, it was definitely weird.
Give him a Dramamine, he'll be fine.
No, Dramamine actually makes it worse. So I think I think I can probably handle it. I mean, it just was a little surprising.
Yeah, it'll be basically just like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean,
We can bring a bucket and like a damp washcloth.
that might be a good idea, just in case.
all right. So before we teleport, I go, all right, let's go, and I ghost on.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, things are going to be weird for a while. So
What?
if you see any of us do anything superhero-y and weird, it's perfectly normal.
It's fine.
Okay.
I'm just glad that you stopped smoking.
Me too.
Didn't know you'd get that in clove flavor, by the way. I think that's kind of odd. All right, so we don't necessarily have to knock him out. He's willing to go. Shard, do your thing.
Oh wait, do what thing?
No, you're poet. Shard.
I thought the poet was doing the thing.
Well, but we don't have to knock you out any longer. Oh, but you're gonna try to go in his dream.
What's Shark doing?
I thought we were gonna teleport to see Doctor Strange.
It's guys versus girls here.
Again.
I'm
want you to
sorry,
go in the
other
dream.
universe, Chris.
They want to go. They want to go see Doctor Strange and involve him.
You
I
know,
don't
I'm
think
just
we
trying to
can
move this
involve him.
along for our viewers. So
I don't think we need to involve him.
Well, I know you don't like the guy, and I get that.
I like him. Okay, he's he's one of my contacts. He's he's just kind of cocky.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, I'm down for whatever. I don't need to talk to Doctor Strange. You know, we can try to figure it out. We got a super smart computer. We're all pretty capable super people.
Okay.
But I'm happy to go along for the ride. I haven't been to Chicago for a while.
There's the cabin that we can cuddle in.
We could spoon. We
We
could
can do
spoon.
that later.
Yeah.
We don't freak him out too much.
Do that between episodes.
You gotta break people into that. Kind of bring them along.
Yeah, it freaks people out right at first.
If we ever encounter another superhero group and we're spooning, we're gonna probably look really bad.
Yeah, we're gonna be the laughing stock of the
So
super
we gotta-
community.
I had to watch that. Yeah, those freaks, they were at IROSHAN. Okay.
All right.
All right.
They're very close.
Very.
Why, yes, we are. All right. All right, Christy.
What do you think, Christy? Can you do it?
Yeah, it's a little bit free versy, but first, can we get Chris's consent? Like, what does he want? Is he comfortable with us trying to go into his dreams?
Explain
I
to
don't
him
think- I
what
think-
you're
I don't
going
think-
to do.
I don't think we told him that part.
No, we haven't told him yet. Explain to him what you're gonna do.
I think a shock and awe campaign would be better.
Just knock him out and
No, just
your way in. No,
right straight in.
Okay,
Sent, baby.
this is gonna sound a little crazy. maybe less crazy than teleporting to a superhero island somewhere. So if you, Dreamslayer, fall asleep.
She was thinking about saying Dreamweaver, just for the
It
record.
really was. It was singing in third person. So, like, if you go to sleep and begin to dream, this would be completely normal to the Tyner we know and love. We could potentially be able to go in and see your dreams, your subconscious, and whatever you might tell us that you know about the situation, because you seem to be in a different place and time than we seem to be. We're on different paths and we're a little confused. So how would you feel about us trying to see what's going on subconsciously? A little like hypnotherapy, right?
I think I follow. So you would actually be going into my dreams. Is that what you're saying?
And into your heart as well.
Well, you're already in my heart, Christy.
Oh.
Oh.
It'll be the outro music.
I mean, whatever I think we got to do to get to the bottom of how I got here, I'm willing to do, but I just want to probably preface that by saying you may not like what you see in there.
We've seen a lot.
Dude, she knew you in high school. I think we're okay.
All right.
Okay.
Put him on the couch in the sitting room,
Yeah.
the waiting room.
Hold on, just before we do this, in reference to what you just said,
Yeah.
Would that involve somebody named Seth, by any chance? Is that what you're?
What? What?
Wait, I mean, you're talking about the thing that happened to me when I was back in high school, right?
Yes.
I mean, nothing like that has happened in probably 25 years or so. I mean,
I was just checking because the whole
It's-
you may not like what you see there, bad guy
Good.
thing. I'm just checking.
Good memory, Mike.
I mean, I've had, some still weird things happen to me over the years, but I mean, nothing like crazy like superpowers like you guys have. But I don't think it's connected to that in any way.
Okay, just checking, just doing a little pre-dream weaving, questionnaire. That's all.
All right. Okay.
Proceed.
Do we need to provide more fill time here? Oh,
Nah, let's go for it.
all right.
So do you want to lie down on the chaise longue?
Sure.
Jeez.
I settle in there.
Everybody, we're all in on this, right? You sure this is the way to go? Okay.
Well, now you're questioning. Come on.
Yeah, now I'm a little concerned.
Could've
What
gone-
would Doctor Strange do? Come on.
Not this.
You don't need to speak in Doctor Strange. It's fine.
Well, let's see what we can see. Who is out of place and time? Is it us, or is it Tyner? If he sleeps, perchance he'll dream. Why are things as they now seem? If we go in, what will we find? Shard, you scry, and we shall cross into his dreams to see what Tyner sees.
All right.
That's the best.
Make your roll there,
Kinda.
Christy.
Oh God, what am I rolling here? No.
That's pretty sly. Tyner.
Or a random
Awesome.
poems reality alteration. Because
Yeah.
this is actually a combo move. Because I've asked Shard to scry so all of us can
Can see. Yeah.
cross and or see.
Yeah. So, Christy, you'll roll reality alteration, and Dana scrying.
Is that going to be my
Looking glass clairvoyance.
clairvoyance? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
Okay. Green and a yellow. Okay. All right. So, Christy, you go inside my dream, and you find yourself on a bright and sandy beach. Looks to be kind of mid to late summer, and looks like maybe Florida, maybe Gulf Shores, Alabama, kind of to your perception. And you find yourself just outside of a condominium there called the Sandpiper, and it's a small, kind of quaint little condo that's kind of sandwiched in between some taller ones. This particular place is only about 3 stories tall and has about 80 units in total, so it's one of the smaller ones compared to some of the others that are around. And it's a big kind of wooden building that's up on stilts, and you walk underneath the building and out towards the beach area, because that's where you're kind of being pulled. Out on the beach, you see me in a swimsuit, and and
No.
Kelly and Sullivan, and Sullivan and I are out on the beach and tossing a frisbee. And Sullivan's maybe not the best thrower in the world, so his throws sometimes go a little bit awry, and sometimes they go into the ocean itself. And he throws one really high, it goes up over my head, and I go, "Ah, man, Sullivan!" I got to go back out into the ocean and grab the frisbee. I go out, I grab it, and you're kind of now seeing things from my perspective as the thing goes over my head. And I reach down, get into the water, reach down, grab the frisbee, turn around, and get ready to fling it, and Sullivan's gone. And I'm looking around like, Sullivan, where are you? And I look around a little bit more. Kelly, where's Sullivan? Kelly. And you see dust flying in the air back in the area where Sullivan and Kelly were. Plus, you also see up and down the beach all of the people that were there. Similar things are happening around. You see other individuals looking for their husband, looking for their wife, looking for their grandmother, looking for their child. And everybody is just in a state of confusion over what has just happened. But half of the people that were on this beach are all now just gone. You see some individuals that actually are kneeling and trying to scoop up what looks like sand, but it's actually dust. And people are crying, people are yelling, people are screaming, and it's a devastating moment in time that you're witnessing here. And you get the feeling that this dream is a dream that repeats itself on a nightly basis in Chris's psyche. That he witnesses this over and over and over again. In speaking with him for the maybe hour that you guys had leading up to this moment, you have certainly detected a difference. All of you have detected a difference in Chris's demeanor. He's usually bright, chipper, funny, laughing, but this is a different version of Chris without a doubt, because there's a sadness about him. And now, witnessing this dream, you understand what that sadness is that he lost everything that was close to him. And apparently he wasn't the only one.
What's the sky like in this dream?
Bright and sunny. Beautiful day. But now filled with floating ashes.
So when you say he was wearing swim trunks, that they're swim trunks, or are they biker shorts?
They are not biker shorts.
Okay. Then this is not the Chris I know. So
not a speedo either.
So obviously this is the first time we've ever seen this, and we're seeing all these things happen. Sky, everything looks like a normal day except for people going poof into dust.
Mm-hmm.
Is there is there a radio playing nearby with a station that we can hear in his dream?
Yes, and it immediately goes to static when that happens.
Okay. There are planes flying overhead. Cars.
Yes,
behind us on the highway.
In the background, you see an airplane in the air that just goes into a nosedive and crashes into the ocean.
Guys, I think Chris, this new Chris, he wasn't lying. It seems like half of the world has disappeared.
Can I cosmic awareness within this scenario to determine whether what we're seeing, what you're experiencing, is memory or psychosis?
You don't even have to roll for that, because I think with the roll that you got, it would end. Having traversed the dream realm before, you know that there are different types of dreams. This is a memory dream.
Okay.
And he's reliving a memory over and over again.
I'm gonna pull away from this stuff, and I'm gonna go over to like a bank of monitors that I'm assuming that we have, and put on different like security feeds and TV news, different things like that, maybe sporting events. I'm just gonna put stuff on to see if I can see if there's anyone else that looks like they're confused in a different place, right? Like they've been put here and they don't know where they're at. Like if it's an epidemic, or if it's just you.
Mm-hmm. Make an intuition feat.
No.
I was gonna say that might describe half of the population of the world today. So, especially in our situation, because the sun is blackened, and we've
black hole sun. Is that what we're dealing with here?
Yep.
That's what I figured.
We get a whole soundtrack going for
little
this
sound,
episode.
yeah, little sound garden going.
Oh, okay. So you rolled yellow. Okay.
Yep.
The first channel that you pull up is actually one of the local channels there in St. Louis, and you see a newscaster that you're familiar with from the area, and they're reading the news, and certain things are popping up on the teleprompter that they're reading, and they're reading it verbatim. but they have a very quizzical look on their face about some of the things that they're saying, and they don't look themselves, for sure. And as you flip through channels and so forth, you do find live feeds of individuals in certain places, and like everybody right now certainly is concerned about this darkness, and that seems to be the pervading thing that's going on there. But you come across one particular interview with somebody just on the street in St. Louis that is saying this just isn't right. I don't understand what's going on. Like it's I don't feel like this is the right place. Can you explain what's going on? And the reporter that they're talking to, no, that's what we're all trying to figure out, and so on and so forth. So there does seem to be evidence potentially that Chris may not be the only one.
Did Poet, did you tell us about the thing with the red and the green? Did you tell us about that?
Yeah. Once I got my battery charged up, I texted you that for sure.
Thanks. Well, okay, guys, look at this. Look at these people. I think this is not just him. It's not just Chris.
Wait, we first have to come out of the dream, right?
Well, I think we're watching and in like a
yeah, you were just watching
style. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Through a scrying pool.
Christy was the only one that was actually.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
I don't know if she's out yet, but we were just watching.
So I'm beginning to think that what Christy described is that quote unquote lady that that she saw in the text, and the situations with Mike and now these other people, they're definitely connected. And it seems like we have people from another universe, another plane, another whatever you want to call it, here with us. And apparently our versions of those people have gone somewhere else.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
We don't know.
And on top of that, then the people that are in Chris's plane, they're gone, and they have gone somewhere else. So it kind of seems like a whole bunch of mixed mash of people going all over the place, literally in different universes, I think.
Is there some way that we can pinpoint where that person, I don't know what it was, where it's coming from, where you saw it? I mean, I could try my clairvoyance again, but it's not working quite right.
Are you asking me that, or are you asking
I'm asking
Chris?
them. I'm asking them. Like, is there some way, does anybody have any idea of how we can pinpoint that?
No, but I do have a question. And Poet, is there any way in the dream you can see what day it is there in that dream?
What do you want to know?
What day?
You mean like Saturday or Tuesday? Or?
A specific date. Is it the same date as today in our world?
I don't know that you'd be able to tell that.
There's not like somebody reading the newspaper or
on the beach. Is it possible to
a bulletin board?
How old Sullivan is? Is he at the age I would expect him to be
yes.
today?
Yeah, well, roughly, yes.
So it's about today?
It's within a year's time.
Okay. So
well, I could talk to Chris and see if I can get him to shift things like into a lucid dream state, and see if we can get to another scene and stop replaying this trauma over and over. I'm not sure like what will be most useful. I mean, I'm very curious where you are, but he wouldn't have been like Andy, you weren't on the beach. I don't know
Right.
what's going on with your situation, but I mean, I at least am going to tell him we'll find them. Chris, we'll find them together.
Okay.
You can do this. You can change this.
Yeah.
You can change this dream. You have the power to change this story. And we're here with you, your friends.
Where do you want to go?
Are you asking Poet that?
Yeah.
I can
Mhm.
still hear you guys.
Okay.
I think I can.
And for the record, I was laughing because I was expecting him to say something other than just okay. I was like, yeah, okay,
And?
okay,
And
Okay.
okay. So where do you want to go in the?
Yeah,
What-
Christy, where do you want to go? I mean,
Oh.
if we're turning this to a more lucid state, I mean, what do you want to see? Because
Oh.
you can certainly, convince him to try to divert in a different direction, but he may go somewhere that means nothing to you. So if you give him some parameters, he might be able to show you something else.
And we can talk to Poet, so
Hmm.
and we can hear this. Poet, have him go forward just a few hours in time.
Okay.
Like coming off of the beach and see if he can recall that memory.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Chris, where do you go next? What happens next?
You see him go back into the condominium, and he kind of breaks down in there, and then kind of starts really quick and picks up the phone and calls his dad. And his dad picks up and he talks to him and tries to explain what just happened outside. Chris or Kelly and Sullivan were there 1 minute and then they were gone. I don't know what happened to them. It seems like a lot of people disappeared, and Dad tells him that they're getting news reports in Evansville of something very similar happening, and to try to see if he can find Kelly and Sullivan and get home as soon as you can, and so on and so forth. And Chris roams the beach for 2 days, just calling their names and looking for them until and you'll see him stop and talk to other people who have suffered the similar losses and so forth, and they're starting to kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together, and then there's news reports that begin to speak of something called the snap, or some of them refer to it as the blip. And this is a worldwide phenomena that has happened, that they believe half of the population of Earth has disappeared in an instant, and that it is somehow connected to the alien invasion that had occurred a few days prior, that the Avengers were involved in attempting to protect citizens of the Earth from. And it's a story that is in development, but this phrase, the blip and the snap, is what is kind of pervading the media right now.
Okay. The news story we just heard through that process mentioned the Avengers, and Doctor Strange is part of the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I think our next step is to talk to Doctor Strange. I mean, that to me is the next logical step, from the standpoint that the Avengers are involved. Obviously, X-Men may not be relevant in this scenario because Chris had no. I mean, who does not know Charles Xavier or any of the X-Men in our world?
It's a different universe, though. If we go talk to the Doctor Strange in this universe about something his alternate reality personality participated in, he's not going to know shit.
Possibly, or maybe he has reached through to other multiverses in some way, shape, or form.
That ain't true.
He is the master of the mystic arts. So, because I think at this point we've seen Chris's world that he's coming from us from. Now, how he got here, I have no idea. How he what happened to Kelly and Sullivan, I have no idea. But the common thread so far is the Avengers were involved.
All right, you call Doctor Strange. I'm gonna try something while you guys are on the phone, on your video call with him.
Well, I mean, I can call Doctor Strange, but again, it's because of my relationship with Tony, not a big fan of mine.
Well, Christy or Mike or somebody else can call, but I'm gonna do something else while you're doing that real quick.
Oh, she just wants to split up.
I'm gonna split up the team because I have an idea. You can go do what you want. I'm gonna do.
Well, I don't know. Your idea might be better. I'm just throwing out ideas.
No. Call him. Go call him. It says you can't participate in this anyway. It's a secret.
Oh, it's.
I'm gonna go. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go into limbo.
See that, Mike? Yep. Yeah.
And use my clairvoyance there. Maybe it's a little stronger, and reach out and try to pinpoint where this thing, flowy green, whatever is, or see if I can reach out to the other dimensions, worlds, whatever.
Okay.
Just general reaching out, but inside limbo, inside my world.
Okay.
Hopefully it's a little stronger.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Big money. What the fuck?
You know what? You tried to enter limbo and it spit you back out at that number.
Something is up.
I didn't hear you call karma either.
And I totally forgot that was the thing I could do in this game. Fudge nuggets.
No, but you can use a luck point.
I'm totally
that's the
gonna
wrong
do
game too.
all that stuff. What can I do? I'm gonna roll again. I want to roll again. How do I do that?
Well, you can't really roll again on that.
But okay. I just open the portal and bump into it.
well, was that just going to limbo?
No, I want to go into limbo. I don't have to roll for that.
You don't have to roll for that. Yeah, no. I was assuming that was your clairvoyance, right?
It was. I don't know why it's doing that.
It happens.
Wow,
the luck of the roll. So you reach out and you're trying to kind of hone in on this female presence and this green hair and that sort of stuff. I will allow you to make a different roll.
Thank you.
And this is just, it's not clairvoyance, and you won't be able to glean anything off of it because you've already pretty much burned that. But roll intuition once again. Okay, yellow. Okay, so the green and red, the flowing hair, and you trying to hone in on all of this triggers a bit of a memory in you. And you'll recall that the Dreamslayer that you know as Lord of the Dream Realm. One of his things that brought him to that stature within the dreaming was a long battle that started many years ago with the demon known as Nightmare. And at one point, when we were quite a bit younger, we faced off with a slightly lesser version of Nightmare because we were certainly in our youth not strong enough to go up against the big main man. But the big main man had a daughter that was named the Dream Queen, that was dressed in red and had long flowing green hair.
Which we have fought before.
Yes.
Just like whenever we all got our power nuggets or whatever they were.
What the
oh yeah, the arm testicles.
Egg testicles?
Yeah,
No.
egg testicles.
No, you didn't fight her with the egg testicles.
No, they're not testicles.
It's been a long time, probably 20 years or so.
That's why it wasn't working. I just,
Wait, not the Red Queen.
Not the Red Queen. That was
Okay.
That was a different queen.
It's a totally different queen.
Queen of Dreams.
God, there's so many
Red.
queens.
Green.
Why
Red.
is so many queens? Okay. We come across a queen, I'm gonna be like, yeah, right. Okay.
Okay, so I have this general idea that's the image I'm getting, is that it probably has something to do with her. Correct? Maybe.
This doesn't necessarily fit the MO of what she would do, but I mean, as far as the description and dealing with Dreamslayer and so forth, I mean, there's a ring of truth to, this seems familiar in some way.
Okay. And I tell them that. I go back out of limbo and I relay all the information you just relayed to them.
Because I don't think she would have the power to make people disappear or
we don't know. I'm just
transpose people from one universe to another.
I think we need to find
Unless
her
we're-
for some reason. I feel like, I don't know. It has something to do with that.
So we have to.
How do we get? I mean,
How do we
Tequila's
find somebody
probably
who's
in the dream
in the dream shack?
realm, right?
It's a good
How do we
question.
get there?
That's a very good question. Hey Quincy, how do we get to the dream queen of dreams? I don't know.
Quincy does not have that answer.
I'm sorry, I cannot help
Figured
with that question.
Wait, let me go
other
to the
than-
phone book.
If the Dream Queen is present in the dream realm, the only person that we know that would be able to get you there would be Dreamslayer, or perhaps Poet.
Carry the weight.
So, crazy idea. Okay, does anybody remember how Dreamslayer came and got his powers?
We're gonna try to charge up this, Chris.
I think that's a terrible idea.
It's an idea. I'm just throwing it out
It
there.
is an idea. You're
I
right.
don't know.
Just
You don't know
spitballing.
what this Chris's stats are.
Dana,
True.
Dana,
Yeah.
and Christy,
Yes.
you came into your powers at about the same time that Dreamslayer went into his first transformation. Yeah, that's right. Because originally, Dreamslayer was known in his younger high school years, freshman, sophomore year, before you guys came along. He actually had merged with another reality version of himself that called himself the Spirit, and looked very much like the old comic book Spirit from the 1940s, in a long blue trench coat and fedora. And that's kind of how he ran around as a superhero when he was younger. By the time he was a junior in high school, this is when Limbo had opened up a portal underneath basically our old high school at North. And it was transforming inanimate objects and people into demonic forms. And that is how you guys had come upon your power, and it's what caused the Spirit persona and Chris's persona to split and become two separate individuals. Spirit went on to help form another team in Evansville called the Guardians. And Chris then transformed into the first version of Dreamslayer, which was Grendel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so
I think we need to find Spirit. That's what I think.
Like, wait, the Spirit from high school Spirit? The one that murdered, the one that
the other version of Chris.
Yes, the one that split. I think we need to find him and see. Can we just call him? Is he on our Rolodex?
Guardians Tower still exists in Evansville. The team has kind of splintered a bit, but yes, he is still there.
I think we should go there.
Well, why don't we call and see if he's there first?
Okay, I'm going. I'll see you later, guys. Right. I just go and go boop all the way through and go. If anyone else coming, you can come along if you want to go along.
Let's go. Let's all go. Come on. What's
all right?
Shall we wake Chris up?
No, I think he's good there. No, I don't know. Should we drag him to all of our? He doesn't have any powers, guys.
Well, but
at this point, he's kind of a liability.
If we
He's
run
got a
into,
katana.
if we run into Spirit, though, that may merge again.
I don't know if that'll. I don't know. We'll
And
see.
okay. Again, we may
Wake
not.
him up.
Yeah.
Wake him up and wake up.
Yeah.
Apparently, Christy went without us, so
wake up. Come along with us. We're gonna go back to Evansville for a bit.
Okay, I trust you.
There
okay.
We go.
All right, bleep. All right, so Guardians Tower is located on the west side of Evansville, and it's kind of out in the boondocks, pretty much, in a place called Bear Springs. And if you remember Lewis Brenton, it was on his dad's property.
Okay.
In Bear Springs. So
Bear Springs
has a nice lake front view, and you kind of teleport into the main communications arena there at Guardians HQ, and you see Spirit there. Now he looks a lot different than he did certainly when Chris was in high school, and in this particular reality, he's almost like a Hulk-like figure, almost, and weighs a good 600 pounds, but it's all muscle, baby. He looks though like he is probably in his maybe late 30s. But in remembering kind of when they split, when his personality was in Chris at that time, it was kind of an amalgamation of the two, and it was basically just Chris in a in a suit, wiry, spindly, and skinny. But he had, the ability to phase, and that was pretty much the beginning of that particular character. But when they split, the actual spirit came out, and that's more of what his form actually was. And the reality that he came from, he was much older than this Chris, and the reality that he came from was Days of Futures Past, which was the reality that the X-Men were being hunted and killed, and mutant kind was very fast on the decline. Most of the X-Men of that reality had been killed, and Spirit was one of the resistance fighters from that era. So technically, this version, even though he looks younger than what Chris does, is actually older than him by about 20 years. But anyway, you guys pop in, and he kind of, whoa, hey, oh, IROSHAN, hi. Maybe knock next time.
This is emergency, I think.
Women did suggest that we call first. I apologize.
Thank you.
What can I do for you guys?
I just kind of keep looking back and forth between these two, and I always think, man, Chris got the bum end of the deal. He could look like that guy. So, just.
Well, we didn't bring Chris along, right? This time.
No, we didn't.
No, I'm there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you start feeling him like trying to go in you?
Ooh.
That sounded really gross.
It's not that kind of party yet.
That's I think that's even worse than incest.
Oh my god.
That's gross, dude.
All right, good night, everybody.
And spoon.
You did warn us that this episode has some disturbing.
Yeah, that is true.
I did, and yet Andy was the one that did that.
You opened the door. I just walked through. Okay.
But
Mike,
no, there is no merging.
I lost
that is
my
going
train
on.
of thought.
Do you want to fill them in on what's going on?
Yeah. Well, you may remember Chris from being inside him. So
phrasing.
No, it's stuck.
Yeah, whatever. We think, in short, we think this Chris might be from an alternate reality, another universe. And I think from what we've been able to tell so far with what's going on in the world right now, that might not be a unique happening. Do you have any sort of insight as to what's going on? Anything that we might be able to do to help our alternate friend Chris here out?
Well, I've been on the comm pretty much all day, talking to other super groups around the country, and everybody's trying to get at the root of this and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Nobody really seems to know right now. I haven't talked to Dr. Strange yet. He's certainly one that we would want to probably talk to at some point.
See, Andy, I told you we should have done that. Anyway, go on.
But
By calling first, common courtesy.
Right now, as far as what we can tell, the satellites that are circling the Earth still have a good, decent view of the sun. So we know that the sun is still there. We just can't see it. And there's something, a darkness, that is blocking our view. It certainly does seem to be mystical in nature from what we can tell. But right now, that's about all we've got. As far as this whole switcheroo thing that you're talking about, it's kind of the first I've heard of it. But obviously, you say that you don't think that Chris is the only one.
No, we've got some anecdotal evidence just from sort of researching media and whatever, that there appear to be some people that are out of place, like they might have switched with their doppelgangers and are confused.
And we think that this happened when the darkness hit?
That's our best guess, yeah.
That puts a whole different twist on it, doesn't it?
It does. And Christy or Dana, what was the name of the entity, the person
Dream Queen.
Dream Queen, that we think might be associated with this?
Yep. That's what it felt like. I don't know that, but
That's Nightmare's daughter.
Right.
What would she want with people from another universe? Huh.
Oh, and also, this Chris was describing in his universe, his reality, I guess half of the Earth's population has kind of disappeared and turned to dust.
Wow. I thought it was bad
So I don't
where
know
I
if
was
it
from.
has something to do with that.
I wish I could tell you I had more information. I mean, obviously, I'm from a different reality myself and have been here now for 30 or more years. And so, I mean, I've been here now longer than where I came from. And I sure as hell wouldn't want to go back. I don't know. Let me put some more feelers out. You guys probably have better contact with the Sorcerer Supreme than I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Doc is probably your best choice.
Yeah, I've been saying that the whole time. Let's. I think that's our next stop, or it should be. If anybody's going to listen to me, I don't know what Andy thinks, but
at this point, all I'm doing is seeing how close Chris is to
Spirit,
and I'm
trying to like squish them together.
Well, I just kind of casually walk over and pick up Chris's hand and like touch Spirit's chest with it, just,
and you grab it and you put it up there, and Spirit and Chris look at each other, and we both look at you, and we both look at each other, and at the same time, in the same voice, we both say, "Well, this is awkward."
You don't feel like you need to be in him?
Ugh,
Gross,
God.
dude.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
All right,
well,
open a portal.
thank you for your time.
All right.
Wax on.
Safe travels.
To Doctor Strange.
Away.
Yeah, 45 minutes later. I mean,
Are you just?
Hey, we are capable. I'm trying to, do it ourselves. Go
We
ahead.
don't need all the big name guys helping
And
us
really
out.
quick, we're sure this isn't like a Highlander 2 type thing where they build something to, protect the earth, and somebody built something overnight, and that's what's blocking the sun. Do you guys remember that?
What? No.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah, Highlander 2. Sean Connery.
What he
Lambert.
did, what he did say is that the speculation right now is that whatever it is unnatural and probably mystical in nature. So
Okay.
it doesn't seem like it's being, that it's like a scientific thing or some sort of technology that's causing that.
So Zygos is not here. I think because he could probably have done this, but is it worth traveling up to see if we can breach said darkness?
Well, and again, like Spirit was saying, the satellites around the Earth are taking pictures of the sun. So whatever it is within the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's what I mean. To see if anything else can breach through.
Oh, just to break through that.
Yeah, just to break through.
I gotcha.
I could throw something. Or we could just talk to Doctor Strange.
Well, you guys can. What I was thinking is, and I don't know if I would have the ability to do this or not, is if I'm in ghost mode, could I, since I could see it, try to teleport out there? I should not need oxygen in ghost mode because technically I'm dead at that point.
I just don't think you have the range for that.
And that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know if we've ever. Hold on a second. I don't think we've ever classified that.
I think your teleportation is just incredible, which is
it's amazing.
It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah,
that's I think maybe about the same as Nightcrawler, which he can teleport several miles with that.
Right.
And what he normally will do is he'll piggyback that.
Right. Well, it's only. I mean, it's only 5 miles to 5 miles through the atmosphere.
Yeah,
so
well, then, you might be able to do that. And again, if you piggybacked it, yes, you certainly could.
I mean, because we're assuming that this mystical energy is coming from possibly the Earth, going out. What if it's outside of it, going around the Earth?
Can I do?
I say to the group.
What'd you say, Dave?
Can I do an intuition roll to try and? I'm so mad.
Because you don't want to talk to Doctor Strange. I know.
Yeah.
You want someone else to handle it. That's fine.
What do you want to do?
I'm just trying to figure. Like, we think it's the Dream Queen. Like, we've kind of come to that conclusion. Yeah, like it's probably her. I'm sure I know how to get to her. I'm sure I know where she lives because I think she's probably got something. Because your dimension is connected to my dimension, right?
That's true, and I did forget about that. So yes, you do have a back door into the dream realm. Yes.
So
we need to see the spirit. We've done some other stuff. Surely you can try again, right?
should I do an intuition to figure out if I know like where to go, or should I just do clairvoyant again? I don't know. I don't want to roll that again.
No, I don't think you need to do clairvoyance. No, I mean,
because would you just need to go to limbo and then go to the door that goes to Chrisville?
Chrisville.
But it's connected to other dimensions too, though. So.
Well, I mean, you have portals to other dimensions, yes.
Right.
But not other realities.
Not other realities. That's right. I'm just trying to get to the baddie. All right, if you want to go talk to.
We have the Krakoan gate. Mars, right?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Okay.
At least under construction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, that's functional.
So we could do that before we talk to Doctor Strange. Anything else we could try before circling back to Doctor Strange?
It's kind of like the first episode. Just open the box. Nope. Just check on the people. Nope. gonna do everything else but what we have to do.
All right.
But and we're sure the Nightmare's daughter.
I don't think we're sure of anything.
Okay. All
We're
right.
just spitballing here because, bad roll.
Okay. Well, why don't you see if you can go to Chrisville?
Well, I thought we were calling Dr. Strange. I thought we were going to go see Dr. Strange.
Hell, no, we're not.
That's where he's at, isn't he?
You said you wanted to go try your intuition, Chrisville.
Oh my God.
Well, when have you wanted to do anything I wanted to do tonight? It's like picking dinner for crying out loud.
The only thing you wanted to do
I don't know. Where are
is
you
see Dr. Strange. Let's go see Dr. Strange.
I feel like a steak. Oh, no, I don't feel like a steak. Well, where do you want to eat?
The GM told us to go talk to Dr. Strange. I will not talk to Dr. Strange.
The GM did not tell you that. It was the former alternate reality version of the alternate reality version of your friend Chris.
It's a lot of alternates.
I was hoping that they would merge and this Chris could become Dreamweaver, and then we'd have Dreamslayer.
That's definitely going to be another alternate reality version of the character now. So, and he's probably going to he's probably gay, and he's got flowers coming off of his back.
Awesome. Perfect. All right, I open up a portal and I go to. I'm assuming is Dr. Strange at the school.
He would be at the Sanctum Sanctorum in New York.
Okay, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
I just open up and walk up to his front door.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm just glad you didn't try to go in to...
Steven! You're like, we could have called him! Should have called first.
So notice I didn't even mention
Andy
that this time.
wants to talk to you.
The doors to the Sanctum Sanctorum just swing open, and you hear a booming voice in Stephen Strange's voice come through. It says, "Come in, Dana. Thank you for knocking first."
Everybody's coming through the portal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you come in and see, the stairs that lead up to the second level and the big window of I forget what it's called. I don't know if that's Agamotto's symbol or not, but you see the big magical window up at the top, and Dr. Strange is standing up at the top of the stairs, and he's weaving spells. And from Poet and Dana's perspective, you've definitely recognized those as scrying spells, very similar to the one that Dana was using in her mirror. And he's looking at different locations across the earth as you guys are coming in. He continues his work as his astral form separates from his body, and then it alights down at the bottom of the stairs to greet you. Well, I think it's safe to assume I probably know why you're here.
Probably.
What have you been able to discern?
So far, and anybody can jump in, correct me if I'm wrong. This, pointing at other Chris. This is other Chris. We think he's an alternate universe version of our friend and colleague Dreamslayer. And we have just through other stuff we've been doing this morning, we suspect that perhaps Dream Queen has something to do with what's going on. And that's where we...
The astral form of Dr. Strange reaches out towards Chris and puts his hand inside his head. And Chris lifts up off the ground ever so slightly, and his eyes roll back into his head, and he kind of shakes just a little bit, and then he gently places him back down on the ground. He says, "Well, you're correct. That's not your friend. Well, it is your friend, but just not the friend that you know." And Chris then, I didn't like that at all. It's very interesting because his reality's version of me is no more.
How do you know that?
I'm the Sorcerer Supreme.
But have you
It's
seen?
strange, man.
Have you
Say
have you
that,
seen
baby?
that?
I saw everything that he's seen.
Wait.
So you got the whole half of humanity disappearing.
Cool.
You got that.
Yeah, I got all of that.
All right. Because I forgot to mention that before. I was going to mention it now. But you
No,
already-
that's okay. I think I'm on the same page at this point. But I will say, after rooting around in there for a few moments, that when I say that this is not your friend, he doesn't have the abilities that your friend Dreamslayer had.
Yes.
Yeah, we got that. But
But his
Not even the potential for it.
No, not even the potential for it. And that being the case, his consciousness is certainly what has switched here, but he has not switched physical form. The body that you're looking at is still the same Chris
body
that you knew, but he just simply does not have access to his powers or to the dream realm.
Well, I'm glad we didn't try to force him inside spirit. That would have ended up bad.
that's a felony.
What is the Ghost Rider talking about?
It's
Don't worry about it.
it's not worth mentioning.
What-
It's
For the record, though, I wanted to point out, Dr. Strange, that I wanted to come to you at the beginning, and I said something like he might have seen other universes where this has occurred, but I just
Well, I don't make it a habit of just traveling from multiverse to multiverse because there's lots of bad things that can happen. But yes, I have been to other universes, so I am aware that the multiverse exists. I have not been to this particular universe. But what causes me perhaps a little bit more concern is that if the Dream Lord, the Dreamslayer, is not within this reality, the realm that he oversaw is now up for grabs. And what makes you think that the Dream Queen Nightmare's daughter could be involved in this?
It was just a hunch, a familiar feeling that I got reaching out to figure out where to pinpoint the power. We're just assuming, we don't even know for sure.
and Christie's text.
I woke up with that same feeling.
This may explain, though, the reason why Chris and possibly others may have been able to cross over from another universe, whether it was under their control or not. There is something called dream walking. It's an arcane ability that some of us know how to use, that allow us the ability to cross over from one universe to another, sending our consciousness to that side, but embodying the persona of our alternate self.
So you just switched something has just switched places.
Minds, yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And to me, that sounds exactly like what has happened, at least to Chris here.
Is there a way that you know of that we ourselves can travel to an alternate universe?
Yes, and I have the ability to do so, but I'm hesitant to just jump to the conclusion that that's where the answer is. We see that there's a mass event that we are experiencing right now with this darkness.
Is this
And
a distraction?
I don't know if it's a distraction, if not perhaps an effect. This is mystical energy that we're dealing with. This darkness is blocking out the light of the sun. And there's not a physical presence of darkness from the outside. I've already checked. I've sent my astral, this form, out into the upper atmosphere and looked down, and it looks as though one would be looking at the Earth from outer space. Nothing from the outside looking in looks any different. But once you're within the atmosphere here, the light is just off. It's gone.
Could it be something that we, as as human beings, are perceiving that it's there? If so, the only thing that I would think of that would have that power to reach out to every human on Earth would be Professor X and his machine. Or it takes some sort of...
Or a very powerful sorcerer.
Where are we going to find one of those?
It's not me, if you're suggesting that.
Oh, I was, but...
Something that we haven't asked, I turn to, we'll say, alternate Chris at the moment. When you look up at our sky, what do you see?
Right now?
Yeah. When you look out that window up there.
I mean, it's just dark. It's black.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you see what we are currently seeing as well.
Dr. Strange, are you suggesting there's a more supreme sorcerer?
I'm certainly not saying that.
Told you he was cocky.
May not be more supreme, but maybe not the best interest of humans on Earth.
As you guys are discussing this, there is a knock at the door at the Sanctum Sanctorum. Were you expecting someone?
No, they didn't call ahead.
Rude.
Then it's probably one of you. And he goes to the door.
Please let me Wong. Please let me Wong.
His astral form opens the door, and there is a young girl of about 17 years of age standing outside. Looks to be perhaps maybe Hispanic, and she's got long, dark black hair, and looks frightened, confused, somewhat exhausted. And she looks at Dr. Strange, and she kind of looks past and sees you guys, and she says, Dr. Strange? That's me. That's my astral self. Yes, that's actually me at the top of the stairs. Can I help you? My name is Lilith Cantunnel, and we've met, but I don't think that you know me. Yeah, you're right. Can't say that I do. I think that maybe I might be responsible for this darkness.
Well, that's convenient.
And that will put an end to this particular adventure. I will say that if you guys haven't watched the Orphans of the Blip, however, this is one of the characters from Orphans of the Blip, the character known as Nyx. All right, well, as always, good playing with you guys.
Yeah.
Be safe.
All right.
All right,
Night,
see y'all
everybody.
later.
Bye.
Bye.